Uh,
Okay, so let me just get that out of the way.
yeah.
So we were holding off on the certification, waiting for official results from the state. It was raised a few times. Christine, did you send this paper off to all the members? All right. We'll see that you get this. Christine will email the certification. Bobby has,
Yeah.
how about a motion to certify?
I would make a motion to certify the statewide primary September 8th.
Okay, I second it. And all those in favor?
Christine, would you please send that certification out to everyone, to the board members, so that they have a copy of it?
Yes.
That's coming back.
Sure.
And Bobby and Deetta will have signed it.
And what is your name?
I'm here. I'm here.
Good for you. Okay, Deetta's here.
See the top of your head.
Push your screen forward a little, Deetta, so we can see you.
Oh, yeah.
There you go. Perfect.
Idea.
Okay, Deetta, we just certified the primary election. And
Okay.
Christine's going to mail you out a copy of the certification.
Okay.
And
September 29th. 5:19 PM. So your current address is on Hilton Street? Okay. So yeah, you will go through the process.
Okay.
You will be able to vote in the election.
Okay, the next on the list is certification of financial town referendum, September the 26th.
All right. No problem. Take care. Bye-bye.
okay, so we had this prepared for the last meeting. It wasn't listed for a vote, so we need a vote to certify, but it is all the results. We had a total of 218 ballots cast, and the budget and all the resolutions passed. So Christine will also send you out the certification so that you have copies of it.
Make a motion that we certify the financial town referendum September 26th.
Second.
All those in favor?
Can you just run the numbers for the general election mail ballot to see if
Okay,
they're
passed.
only gonna ask?
The general, okay.
Just for the general, yeah.
Next come up is general election, November the 3rd.
So I think everybody was aware from the last conversations we had that the Board of Election was was receptive to combining polls, not just poll locations. But they had a meeting with the full board Friday afternoon at 4:30. And I received an email this weekend that from Rob Rock that said the Board of Election denied that. They want all the polls open for this election. In part, I think because they don't have as many mail ballots as they expected to have.
Really?
Although, yeah, that's what the email said. But in Tiverton, we have what, Christine, close to 3,000?
Yes, close to 3,000.
We have
Wow.
close to 3,000. That's way more than we ever get for that. But they're requiring that all 400 and some polling locations throughout the state be open. So we've been scrambling to get the ones that we were hoping to combine into one location. And Christine got Country View to confirm today that
Hey, Christine.
they were, that was good, Christine, that they would be willing to have us. Of course, if we have to clean, she's offering up whatever we got to do, added extra. If we have to hire a cleaning crew to go in and sanitize it after we're done or before, then we're going to have to do what we've got to do. And Bobby's been working on amicable. And they have a trustee meeting tomorrow night, right, Bob? You
Yeah.
can,
6 o'clock, yeah.
yeah. So he's working on getting it in there, and whatever requirements within reason that they have, we're gonna have to comply with, which I honestly don't think any of the demands are unreasonable. It's just trying to get everything in line because we're gonna need a lot more poll workers.
They have another meeting tomorrow night with one of the organizations there. I've not talked to Reverend Starrett yet, but they can probably be moved downstairs in there. So he'll make, hopefully, he didn't say nothing, because I haven't seen him, that he'll have someplace for them.
So we're hoping to get amicable.
Yeah.
And
and
what do we have at Amicable and what will we have at Country View?
We have Country View confirmed with Christine already.
I know, but what precincts? 3 and
Country
5?
View is 3303.
Yeah.
And amicable is 3306.
7.
7
7.
is the high school. And then we already had put in for use of Pecasset School,
I thought 6 and 7 was together.
but we can't
Church.
anymore. Just 7's at the church and 6 is at the high
Because
school.
we've always had the two together at the amicable.
No, when we've combined polls, but they're not letting us combine, so
okay.
all 7 have to be open. So the only one, Christine, you haven't been able to reach back to Sandy Woods, have you?
No, I did. They confirmed yes.
Okay, so Sandy Woods is confirmed, yes. So we are very lucky that these facilities have become available for us. How we're going to staff them all remains to be seen, but we're going to do the best we can.
Nancy,
Yes,
what are we going to put at Sandy Woods? What district?
5.
5?
3305, it's that small 600. Now that has 646 voters, I think, or 64 voters, eligible voters. Now, we've already received 60-some mail ballots for there. So we are not going to get a big crowd on there. I'm going to try to keep to a minimum. However, Steve Taylor will be sending out lists to all the communities with the recommended poll workers at each location. And we've always followed their recommendation. So I haven't got that back yet. It all depends on the number of voters, but I think they're going to take into consideration the number of, but just because people sent the mail ballot application in does not necessarily mean they're going to bring the mail ballot that way. You know, so we'll see what happens, but that's where we are now. We're really just scurrying around to get everything together. And I think we'll come through on the end, but
And
we
you
need to
said
get
you're
the word out. They are getting a lot of poll workers, and they're putting out lists of these poll workers, and there's some from Tiverton, and we have to contact them. They're getting them from like unemployment offices, and they've been putting out a lot of social media on it. So we're trying. In fact, today, a couple from Danaquacket Road or something came in, and the husband and the wife, Christine got 2 new ones there. So we're slowly getting them,
I got 2 to call.
and
We're
Bobby's
not
got
sure yet.
2 to call.
Yeah.
But, and Christine's just working on the poll workers. The issue
still-
is
We still need about 34 to go.
we need about
do we
30.
have any more of these? I
We
thought
can
they were so
certainly make
effective
them.
the last time.
Yeah, we can, yeah.
And I'll take them around.
All right, we'll print out some more this week.
Yeah, I can take
The
them.
issue is we're going to need them also to help cover the emergency voting time, because
Yeah,
they've extended that for 20 days. So what I had suggested to Christine is when she gets new people in, if we can get them to do a half day here at the town hall, we could help with the training,
Yeah.
because it's difficult for people that have never done this before.
And when is the official training?
Talking about.
The official training is on October 20th, isn't it, Christine? Yes, October 20th. Now, that's a mandatory training they got to go to, but it's nice if we can get some of the new ones to come in for that 20-day period. It's at the town hall, emergency voting, and that is from 8:30 to 4. So if we could get some people to come in for a half a day, we could work with them a little and
Yeah.
to train them, you know, because the staff will be here to help. Now, the thing is, we're gonna have to pay them. That's poll workers. They're in here working.
Driver's license.
Right now, we're paying what, 170, 180, and 190?
Yes,
You know.
And we pay 160 for greeters.
correct.
So during the FTR, we were paying $90 for a shift, but it was a longer shift.
Show your.
It was from 7 in the morning till 1, and it was to 1 till 8 at night. We're only going to be open 8:30 to 7. I mean, 8:30 to 4. So we could split that in half for some. We'd probably have to pay $70 or so a shift, because you will be
Monday through Friday.
we'll be helping to train if we can, if it works out that way. So anybody, I mean, the board's going to have to determine what rate you want to pay. We could put that on the next meeting for Friday.
The moderator usually makes how much?
190, that you've already approved. 190 for a moderator,
And a clerk?
180 for a clerk, and 170 for the supervisors,
160 for greeters.
and 160 for greeters. Because greeters, we can have even younger. We're gonna send something to the school to try to get any seniors. You gotta be 18 for supervisors.
They can't accept. that.
So
Yeah,
Christine,
they can.
we're gonna have some more of these made?
Doesn't have to go for that.
Yeah.
We can. I have to see where we got that from.
Okay, because
Genevieve
the
made
date's
them.
wrong. It's November the 8th. We could change that, we could change that if we had leftover ones.
He had a Jeannie
I
V.
have some in my closet here, in the office closet. I'll look and see what we can't do.
He had a
Big, what's the one who designed those?
Jeannie V got those, didn't she?
Pardon?
She
Jeannie
did,
V.
Jeannie Big did them.
I think so.
Okay, I'll find out.
We'll look into it and try and get some up at the school.
Nancy,
Yes,
did you say you were going to open Picasset as a polling place?
yes, we have to, all 7.
We're back to this original, Paul, we're back to this original plot.
Yeah.
Yeah, however, if amicable hasn't agreed yet, right? We're not sure that they're going to agree.
I'll find out tomorrow night.
We won't know till tomorrow night on that.
All right.
But other than that, the schools, they're closed. We have access to all of them. The Country View was a break to get them at this late time.
Mhm.
Trustees chairman at Amicable Church sent out email to all the trustees. It'd be on the docket tomorrow night.
So Nancy, Picasset would have what? District 2?
3301,
I'm sorry?
3301,
Okay, and a VFW would be District 2?
correct.
Now, Picasset says we can only use half of that. But quite frankly, if you voted at Picasset, you know that when you come in, it's a long walk. They had it set way up the back. So if we can only use half of it, I think we'll still be fine.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, if they had to take the tables down, we'd insist, but I don't think we need to insist at that.
Yeah, you've been a moderator or clerk one there at one time or other at Cassett School
What?
years ago, but it was,
Yeah.
But it's set
yeah.
way back, so I think we'll be okay there.
I'm more worried about getting dinners to 80 people.
About getting what?
Dinner for 80 people.
Well, we've done it in the past years. We'll have to try to do it, get some.
How did we split it up? It wasn't just Family Ties, it was McGovern's and Family
Oh,
Ties?
yeah, we can't do 80 in one
No.
place. When we
Right.
do that, we do 2 or 3. We will do family ties. He's been obliged to us for all these little, 3 meals, 5 meals. We'll use him, and we'll see about McGovern's. And usually for amicable, we use Four Corner Grill.
Or,
We try to get them close to where,
Right, yeah.
stay hot.
yeah, so that it's easier. We'll just have to get more volunteers to help out.
Nancy,
Yeah.
could we employ the moderators to bring the donuts and coffee
The moderators to bring the donuts and coffee.
to their own polling place?
Well, then they'd all have to pay their own and we'd have to reimburse them. But what we can do is I will try to get Chris for that day to reserve us Manny and Phil to help to go around and pick it up and drop it off.
Okay,
That way we've got one person with the card. So, because we're going to need, we also, the thing we end up with that Jeannie Spencer's been picking up is the water. Because we don't provide drinks for the dinner.
right.
So there's cases of water to each one. So I'm going to try to see if Chris will let us utilize Manny and Phil a little more on that. And for picking up the dinners, they're gone by then, but we'll have to get additional volunteers. I'll volunteer my husband.
And I'll volunteer your husband. I'll volunteer your husband, Nancy.
Yeah, I'll volunteer my husband. Okay.
I'll volunteer Diane for this.
And Bobby's
Six.
volunteering Diane for District 6.
Yeah.
Okay, because that's
Oh,
at
so-
amicable.
Yeah, okay.
There you go. So we got 2 polls at least taken care of.
If I come in with a bloody nose tomorrow, you know what else?
I know, me too. All righty. So, and we'll try to get a few other people.
Yeah.
In past years, we've been pretty good. Either the Democrats or the Republican will send a
Yeah.
couple of people. So yes, we'll try to do the best we can with that. Because it's going to be a lot more setting up of polls. And I will say that I ordered 12 more of these sneeze guards
Mhm.
because they are certified that they meet the fire code standard. I have a letter from the fire marshal. So I ordered 12 more. I was originally ordering 6 more because I'm worried about where they're going to store them all. But now with all 7 polls open, I had to go ahead and order 12 more.
And they were running how much each?
They're 200 and something each.
Each?
But with that comment being said, I was informed today of the grant. I told you I was going to apply for
Yeah.
that grant that
Uh-huh.
Rob Rock said.
No,
And it had there was actually a minimal amount. If you got the grant, it was going to be at least 5,000. And we really need it for these added expenses. Well, we were awarded $6,387, I think.
Yay.
It was
Yay.
it's 6,300 and something. I can't remember the 87, I think. So
Excellent.
that was good. That will help with protective equipment and whatever. Because now we're not, good thing we didn't start the process. Now we don't need to notice anybody about different districts, so saving us postage. But there's, a little more advertising and sanitizing and stuff like that. So that's really going to help us. When I wrote the grant, I said it was for protective equipment and additional poll workers to assist. So, whatever we have to put it to, we have to show receipts, of course. But that's 6,300 we didn't have.
Jeannie, I picked up this when I was at town hall. Maybe this is a better one.
Oh, yes, she did that. I can print that out.
Yeah, give me
Okay.
a dozen of these.
Okay.
Paula, can you think of any place you could put them? Because it has the money on it and the requirements and
You
everything.
could drop some off at the school.
Uh-huh,
The problem with the school is we need 18-year-olds.
yeah. But the high school,
And maybe at the library.
at
We
the
could
library,
send
and the
it- If
stores
you send it
downtown.
electronically to the library, She'll print it out in color, I'm
Mhm.
sure.
Okay.
You know, we're in like,
How about Coastal Roasters, Deanna?
Yeah.
A lot of,
Coastal Roasters, Family Ties.
college age people go
Mhm.
to Coastal
Yeah.
Roasters.
that's good. So we'll try to get those flyers around. Because there's not a lot of time before that training.
Mhm. Now, let's get back to the greeters.
Yeah,
We had to determine what we're going to pay.
the
board or
greeters
you or-
was 160. I think you voted that before, but I'll put
I
on
did.
Fridays, I'll put on Fridays, agenda. Don't we have a meeting Friday to certify the, voter list?
It's got to be by the 13th at 2 o'clock.
Oh, that's the 13th. That's next week.
Yeah.
Next Tuesday. Well, I'm gonna tentatively, why don't we tentatively do, we'll put it on there for a vote to confirm the payment for these positions on the 13th with that, Christine.
Okay.
But right now, what we've been paying is the 160 for the greeters, 170 for supervisor, 180, 190. And I think for the days here, because we've got to give them an idea or we can't even get them to come in to
Right.
work.
Yeah, right.
So I think maybe for these, if we had a shift of 8:30 to 12:30 would be 4 hours. And then 12:30 to 1:30, 2:30, 3, and then 12:30 to 4 would be 3.5 hours. So maybe we could pay, I don't know, $75. What do you think? It's the board should come up with something.
Yeah,
But I mean, you got to pay enough to make them come in here.
Yes.
right.
But
Greeters,
those are short shifts, 4 hours. That's not bad.
this is for greeters.
No,
No, this
supervisors.
is for supervisors here for the emergency voting that starts October 14th and goes to November 2nd. Now, we've been covering, we saved a lot of money with the FTR because we covered a lot of it, but I can't do that during this November election. We're too busy in there. So I got to have poll workers out here. And they want you to have poll workers out there.
Paul, do you think that Mike Burke could help us? You guys have a meeting in the near future?
We don't, that I know of.
But we can send them an email.
Yeah,
So I need a range of what we can offer these people for,
I think $70 for the half a shift is fine.
okay. What did you say, 70?
Yeah, that's half of what we're gonna give the rest of them, right? Yeah,
Okay, that's fine with me. It's only 4 hours. That's fine. So you're averaging about
$18 an hour.
$18 an hour. That's okay. There are some people paying big money, but let's try to get it with that if we
Mhm.
end up, because I just can't, it's bad enough we're only going to have the 2 supervisors and the clerks have to cover the problems and all that, and they're going to try to be training them during it. I mean, I got to have at least 2. So that's really 40 shifts. Or if somebody wants to do it all day, that's up to them too.
Now, who's going to do the wiping down after the people?
We do it. We wipe down in between each person that comes in to vote.
Who's going to do it in shifts?
Well,
I mean,
at the
Poll.
polling location, we may have to hire somebody to just we did that for the FTR and
Yeah.
for the primary. We had somebody that just kept going around cleaning the privacy booths and wiping things down. We may need that too. See,
They
those
wouldn't have to
don't
be,
have to do training and we could pay them a little less.
but
You know, we
and they
could
wouldn't have to be 18 either, would they?
No, I don't believe so. We could probably, I mean, I don't want 12-year-olds out there.
Well, maybe we could talk to the Boy Scouts, the Eagle Scouts or something.
I don't want just too young kids
No.
though, because you know why? We're gonna have checkers at the polls. You know that. You've heard it on the news. And when one side puts checkers, you know the other side's putting checkers. We're gonna have a hard time enough that day. It's gonna require us more site visits to the polls and more problems, I'm sure. So I want to make sure that the people we have at the polls working are really capable of doing what they gotta do.
Yeah.
And, you know, attentive to the fact that it's an election and not, you know, I gotta be on my cell phone or this, that, and the other. We'll try to get, I'll talk to that, McGuire, I think his name was, at the high school. He
Yeah.
was so good last time at getting us community service people.
Yeah.
And they worked out well when he told them they were gonna be there at certain times. And he said to me, don't you worry, I have them all lined up and they will be there at those times. They were, and they were very good.
Matt McGuire.
Matt McGuire?
Yeah.
So we could reach out to him again, because he was very good at getting us help before. And where it's high school kids, if they just do so many hours, and some will do it for community service,
Yeah.
and some did it for a stipend. I think we
Right.
paid them $25 or something. It was a small stipend, but they appreciated it. So we'll see. We'll talk with Matt and see if he can get some.
Well, the year that we had them, we gave them a community service instead of the money.
Some
But
we gave community service, some we paid a $25
The only
stipend.
problem I found out is they're standing at the door, you know, with the greeting and all that. First thing you know, there's 3 or 4 other kids standing around.
Yeah,
carrying
it's
on
gotta
with
be
their
a little
phones.
monitored, but,
Yeah. So,
but their help, I thought I remember putting that down after that. They really
Yeah.
were a good help to
Yeah.
us. So
Nancy,
we'll see, we'll get them wherever we can.
Nancy,
Keep in mind that it doesn't have to be from Tiverton, as long as they're Rhode Island registered voters.
Nancy,
Mhm.
those individuals for the half shift that you're paying $70 to,
Yes.
how much would they pay how much would they get paid if they worked a full shift?
60. 160.
yeah,
160?
Well, no,
no.
because they're not working a full, that's like a 14-hour shift you work at the.
Yeah, but that's what I told
I
him.
would say if anybody was willing to do a full shift, we'd pay him about 120.
Okay,
I
so,
wouldn't pay him double. I
okay,
mean,
so,
that's me, but,
what we're saying is if they worked a full shift, they'd be getting $120?
yeah.
Which one is that?
I
Doing
mean, I'm
what?
just saying 120. The board can say whatever they want.
But
Well,
what
what-
would they be doing?
They would be in the position of supervisor
Oh, they get,
Then how can we pay them different than the supervisors who are paying 160?
because it's less hours, Deanna. Those supervisors that you pay 170, they're there at 6:15 in the morning till 8:30 at night.
Oh, okay, all
These
right.
are only here from 8:30 in the morning till 4 o'clock.
Well, these are the early election, okay,
Right. So that's really cutting down the hours.
okay.
It would be unfair to pay them like that and not pay. You could even cut it to 110 if you wanted.
Okay, but you said you're gonna pay them $70, is that correct?
That's the number I put out, but it's the board's decision.
And if they work the full shift, they'd make how much?
120.
I suggested 120. I'll tell you, the other communities are sending what they're paying, and some of them are paying way over us now. But if we can get it at $15 an hour, you know, $18 an hour, I think we're doing fine. Because we're not gonna cover all those shifts.
Yeah.
I can tell you, we're not gonna cover 40 shifts. We'll do the best we can. I thought $70 would make me want to come out, but I didn't. I didn't think I wanted to come out.
I'd say $70 is, based on what you're saying, is fair.
Yes, I think, and it may be more than fair. That's up to the board to decide.
somebody make
$70 sounds
a
good to me.
motion and we'll go to it.
Well, it's not on for
No,
a
okay.
vote, but I will write it so we could put it to vote.
Yeah, okay.
So if the consensus is okay with that,
Mhm.
or you want to change it, whatever, we'll put it on the next meeting, the 13th, to vote on it.
Right?
So Christine, do you have the menus and things from when we had 7 polls before?
Do I have what? I'm sorry.
The menus from when we were using the other restaurants?
Yeah, some of it.
Yes, I should have it. Yep, in the file.
Okay.
I
well,
can look it up.
If you need me to help you massage it, let me know.
Okay.
Okay, let's get back to where we was at, though. You skipped over me, Deanna.
Dr. Barbara, yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I guess your husband's doing well. Somebody saw her this weekend with her.
Would you rather do $65 instead of 70?
No, we need to
Oh, good,
pay
70.
as much as possible. You don't want to have a tough time getting people as it is.
Yeah,
Okay. And we'll keep it at 70 and 120?
I make a motion that we use the
Yep, make a motion.
smaller shift for the emergency ballots for the workers at the town hall for the smaller shifts at $70 for the half a shift and 120 for the whole shift.
Second,
Okay, I'm gonna put that on the October 13th meeting because it's not listed on the agenda to vote for, but it's your consensus, so we will put that forward, Deetta, on the October 13th meeting for a vote.
And what time is that meeting?
I don't know, is it 2
2
o'clock?
o'clock, 2.
2 o'clock,
2 o'clock on Friday.
yeah. That's because we certify the voter, yesterday was the last day to register to vote. We received no new registrations, although some came in the mail. And so we have to certify the roll. So people have this week to see if they want to object to any signature.
Okay.
So,
So you have a meeting for Friday?
no, I'm sorry, I'm saying Friday, but it's not Friday. It's
Yeah.
what, Tuesday?
Oh, Tuesday.
Tuesday, right, Christine? Tuesday, the 13th. I'm
Tuesday,
sorry.
13th,
Okay, Tuesday.
It's
the
Tuesday,
13th.
the 13th.
At what time?
2 o'clock.
Yeah. So we're going to put the certification and we will add these votes just to confirm that's what we're paying.
I know, I can understand.
I won't be able to make that meeting. That's my in-person day in Providence.
Okay,
So I won't be able to make
but
that.
we've got your opinion on it here, so we'll know your feelings towards it.
so October the 20th is the
I'm gonna be 49
training, right?
October 20th is training. And we're just kind of humming along, doing what we can each day.
Yeah.
Actually, the Secretary of State, they were a little disappointed. They have another meeting this Wednesday to go over different incentives and things like that. They try to help the local communities to get,
I'm thinking that they got stuck in the.
No. especially poll workers, but, I mean, we really got to work on our own to get this stuff done. So go ahead, you can go to,
You got poll locations, we got that.
certification for poll locations, we're gonna have to put that on the 13th. But that was on there because we thought we'd be certifying just the 3 locations.
Yeah.
And now that we have to have 7, I want to wait till after tomorrow night for Bob to find out about amicable. But the thing is, maybe we could vote pending approval of amicable, because next week I've got to get some advertising in about
Yeah.
these polls.
Well, but
We got to get advertising out. So I guess you could vote pending approval of amicable.
Because she wanted me to discuss all of this
Yeah.
tomorrow night, so she was gonna be late, so we had to set it. before.
The 8:30 would be
So you could make a motion on that,
starting on October.
and it's pending approval of amicable, because the others have approved.
This would be voting on a motion to vote on all polling places pending the approval of amicable. Is that it?
Right, at all 7 of our polling locations.
Second,
Actually 8, if you consider the town hall is your presidential and vice presidential limited ballot.
Yes, I have.
I would make that motion.
As far as.
and I'm going to second it.
Or
Okay.
if you're willing to work.
All those in favor?
And that would be great.
Here.
I hope we get amicable, because I would have liked to have put it
Yeah.
in kind of times yesterday,
I'll take
Yeah.
tomorrow, I mean.
And, so it's the
Okay,
4123722.
Go through with that then, anyway. We have now the application.
I'll have
Approval of minutes,
as far as the
September the
schedule.
26th and 29th.
those will have to be continued.
Bye-bye.
That's my fault, I haven't got them done. I'm close, but no cigar.
Hello, this is Jeannie. How can I help you?
It's been busy.
Um, The certification of the general election mail ballot apps. You don't have a total on those, do you, Christine?
I don't know.
All right, but I can tell you that, let me see, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Oh, okay. Sorry about that. So were you able to work the polls or during the early voting?
30,
Right.
44.
Yeah,
Nancy,
voting starts on October 14th.
Yes,
when will the new town clerk be sworn in January?
we have 54 mail ballot
Right after election.
applications, and we need a motion to certify.
Yeah.
When will the new clerk be signing? Well, the charter says that the appointed official, newly elected officials get sworn in on the first regular scheduled
Much.
meeting following the certification of the election.
Okay,
So a lot is going to depend. Now, the election's on the 3rd, and the first meeting we have after that is the following Monday on the 9th.
Equally priced.
It's doubtful that'll happen.
okay.
I've never seen it happen that fast, but
Well,
could.
Several people asked me that.
Yeah, so more than likely, after the 9th, you add 14 days, you get to the 23rd.
All right, okay.
I would hope by the 23rd. But if there's if it's a tight margin, you won't know till the official results come in. Look how long we waited for the primary.
Yeah,
And they're going to be counting mail ballots after the election. So they're in the mail ballots. I don't know how they could do it that fast, but we'll see. That's all I can say. I'm thinking by the 23rd.
okay.
I think they have 8, 10s, and 12s, so we want the middle. Well, I'm sure the 8 would have been fine.
get a half a cake each, so we can.
So we need a motion, Bobby, for the mail ballot applications. There were 54.
At least, yeah.
You and Deanna signed them, but we need.
Yeah. Okay, I need a motion on certification of general electric mail ballot.
Make a motion to certify the general election mail ballots as requested.
Second,
All those in favor? I know they are, but I'm not getting the final.
Okay, that's all we have. You don't have anything else, do you, Christine?
The only other thing is in your folder, there's a packet. The state is going to be sending those out in 2 weeks to all of the voters.
Oh, I took it off. Wait a minute. Yes, this came by email today. And it's going to be mailed out to all voters. It's a voter handbook. You know how they usually do these? They're usually in color and blah, blah, blah.
I got that today, Nancy. Got
You
that
got
today.
that today in the
Yep.
mail?
Yep.
mail today.
Did anybody get a mail ballot in the mail?
No,
So anyway, they're mailing that out to everyone in the state.
this came
You
today.
know, it's good. It's about how to vote by mail and,
Yeah.
but they did say, I want to say in the email, Rob mentioned that they had a little over 100,000 mail ballot applications, and they thought they might have like 400,000. So that's one of the reasons that they're wanting all the polls open, so people can get to them.
How many thousand?
They said 100. They've gotten over 100,000 mail ballot applications in, but they expected about 400,000. So I don't know, that's just what I, got on an email, so that's about all our information.
Okay. Anybody, well,
All right.
Issues or
Yep.
questions?
Do we need a motion to carry over the minutes to the next meeting, or is that okay just to
Okay,
say?
all right.
That's okay, because
Yeah.
if they didn't vote on them, because they're not there, we know
Yeah.
we got to put them forward. It's
Okay.
fine. It's understood.
okay, somebody make a motion to adjourn, we'll go.
Motion
Make
to
a motion, we adjourn until Tuesday, the
Okay.
13th at 2:00.
Second.
Okay, all those in favor?